Hi everyone, Julia here. Welcome to this guide on dropshipping for beginners. In this video, I'm going to show you what dropshipping is, how dropshipping works, and everything you'll need to know to make money online with this business model. Once we're past this part, I'll then guide you step by step into starting your own dropshipping business. So first of all, what is dropshipping? In short, it's an all-digital business model which allows you to sell products online without actually having to hold any products with you physically. In other words, there's no need for you to have any inventory and no need to ship anything yourself. Now here's how that's possible. First, you create an online store with your own store name and design. Then, you sync your online store with a third-party supplier who will take care of the rest. So every time an order is placed in your store, the supplier will be automatically notified. They will then package the products for you and ship them directly to the customer with your store name in the package. From the product price you set in your online store, a portion goes to pay the supplier, and the rest you get to keep as a profit. So with every sale, you get paid. And because the process is completely automated, once everything is up and running, you start getting paid on autopilot. This way of earning is called passive income, and it's the method behind how so many people out there have become extremely wealthy dropshipping. Now, as I mentioned, in dropshipping, you are going to sell products online. So for this to be possible, you will need to create an online store, which makes the first step of this tutorial creating an online store with Shopify. If you're not familiar with this platform, Shopify is where we will create, customize, and manage the online store. It's also how we will automatically forward all orders to the supplier and receive payments from customers. Inside Shopify, we will edit product listings, prices, discounts, email automations, design the website, and everything else needed to launch and grow this dropshipping business. The interface is very easy to use, and I'm going to guide you step by step into the entire process. Now to get started, the best current deal for Shopify is linked in the description. This will take you to a 3-day free trial and the best current offer of only $1 for your first month. So what we're going to do next is find that link in the description and enter our email address to start the free trial. Follow the prompts to create your account. And you'll be taken to the Shopify dashboard. Now that we have created the Shopify account, we come into the next step of the tutorial, which is connecting the store with a supplier. This is how we are going to source the products and sync them directly to our store. To source the products, you'll find the link to Zendrop down in the description. Zendrop is a very well-known and reliable dropshipping supplier, and they offer thousands of products you could add to your store. They also give us the ability to source any products, even if it's not currently showing here. Their warehouses are also located in the US, not just China, so you will see products with very quick shipping times. They also have a no questions asked refund policy. So if one of your customers on Shopify wants to return a product, you won't actually lose any money in that situation, as Zendrop would also refund you for the supply. And my favorite thing about the supplier is that you also get custom branding options. So you can add branded thank you cards to your orders, and it's also possible to customize and brand your packaging. It's really a more professional and reliable approach to dropshipping. Now to get started with Zendrop, it is possible to use their free plan, but you would have lots of limitations. First, the amount of orders you can fulfill per month is going to be limited. You won't get any custom branding options, no automated fulfillment, no trending products list, or access to Zendrop Academy, which is where you can join live training calls every week and access different advertising courses. So if you want to get access to all of these features, you can use this free trial of Zendrop Plus, which I'll leave linked in the description. This also comes with $200 of order credits that are added to your Zendrop wallet. So let me quickly explain this. If you are selling a product for $20, for example, and that product costs you $10 to supply from Zendrop, you wouldn't actually have to pay for that expense because you were given a gift of $200 when you first sign up. So you could just discount those $10 from these order credits, and you'd get to keep the full price you sold it for on Shopify. So all of your initial sales would be 100% profitable. This is an amazing profitable head start, so I'll leave this offer linked for you in the description in case you want to go for Zendrop Plus. Alright, once you're inside Zendrop, adding products to your store is completely free. And as a reminder, you will only pay for the supply of a product after you've already sold it, which is why dropshipping is 100% risk-free. Now, the next step is connecting our Shopify store with Zendrop. This is how we are going to automatically forward all orders received on Shopify to Zendrop's platform. To enable this synchronization, we will need to install the Zendrop app into Shopify. So from your Shopify dashboard, go down here to Apps and search for Zendrop. So click on their app. Now click to install. And as you can see, Zendrop has now been integrated with Shopify. You can also connect your store by going into the Zendrop dashboard and clicking up here on Connect My Store. It'll then ask you to enter your Shopify URL. So to find your URL, go back to Shopify, click down here on Settings, and head to Domains. Now copy this address and paste it into Zendrop. Once your accounts are connected, every time an order is placed on Shopify, this will be automatically forwarded to Zendrop, and they will take care of shipping for you. So once an order comes in, you'll be able to see it here in this tab. You'll also see a button named Auto Fulfillment, which basically marks the order as completed for you inside Shopify, so you don't have to do anything manually. So just to clarify this, fulfillment is what you have to do once an order comes in. It's like marking an order as completed. So with this feature turned on, your orders will be marked as completed for you, and you don't have to do anything manually. This can save you a lot of time when the sales are coming, so if you want to activate this feature, make sure you upgrade to Zendrop Plus. Just a quick reminder, there is a free trial to Zendrop Plus down in the description. Now the next step is choosing what products to sell. So to dive a bit deeper into Shopify Dropshipping, here's what you should have in mind. Number one, there are many types of online stores out there. General stores, niche stores, and even one-product stores. A general store is a store selling all kinds of products which are not necessarily related. They might sell clothing, electronics, kitchen equipment, and even fitness accessories all in the same store. A niche store, on the other hand, is a store which has a lot more focus than a general store and is typically selling products of only one particular category. So an example of a niche store could be a fitness store, selling all kinds of fitness-related equipment. And lastly, you'll also find one-product Shopify stores, which are built completely around a single product. An example of this could be a juice blender. So while on the search for products, know that you've got those three options. I recommend going for a niche store or possibly a one-product store. So let me break down these two options. The advantage of a niche store is that you can test many different products in one store, and there is a bigger potential in increasing your average order value because there are more products for people to buy. So you could create product bundles, you have way more ways to cross-sell and upsell, and there is lots of potential for scalability. Now, a one-product store, which is centered around a single product, is also a very good idea. It works well because it's a lot more focused, so the consumer is not easily distracted, and you can more seamlessly guide them down your funnel. Sometimes in a store with too many products, people get distracted and will just browse on and on without buying anything. So if you have a one-product store done right, there is also a lot of potential. It's also easier to optimize a one-product store because you only have one product to promote. So you can invest all of your marketing into one item, getting tons of reviews, creating tons of user-generated content, and really maximizing its potential. So both are great options, so just keep this in mind for now. We'll be answering more of your questions in a moment. Number 2, keyword research. Checking for keywords can help you find a product or even a niche with a high success potential. This is basically what's going to guide your research process. If you don't know what a keyword is, it's what people are typing on platforms like Google to search for what they want to buy. So ideally, you'll be looking for keywords that have a high search volume and low competition rates, which means there will be enough people looking for this product, but it will not be so difficult to rank well in search engines because competition is lower. There are tons of different tools you could use for this, so I'll leave my favorites linked in the description. Number 3, dropshipping is usually hyped as a business model, which will make you rich if you simply sell a trending product. And while this can be true, it's not entirely complete. While your product selection is extremely important, so is your landing page presentation. What I'm talking about is how your store actually looks and how you're presenting your products. It's about how trustable your website really is. So while your product selection matters, keep in mind that your online store quality, especially your product page, also matter. With a trending product and a poor website, you might see some sales from a short hype, but to truly build a long-term business, you need to have a professional online store and a strong brand presence. And even if you flip that the other way around, and you create a product catalog which you are confident and passionate about, and puts true dedication into creating a professional and great-looking store, with the right product offer, marketing angle, and advertising approach, you are going to sell. It just takes a proper smart strategy. So what you should take from this is that it's not just about a trending product, it's about the experience you create around that product. More about this later. That being said, your product selection is still extremely important. So before we dive into customizing the online store, let's quickly go over the traits of a winning dropshipping product and what exactly you should be paying attention to when looking for these products. We're then going to pair the right product with a very professional online store. And that, my friends, is a success formula. So let's go into this. Number 1, go for products that are different and unique, not products you could get at a local grocery store. So here are the 2 main characteristics you'll be looking for. 1, it either improves a situation, so it's a value-adding product, or 2, it has a wow factor. Value-adding products tend to focus on addressing specific lacks, difficulties, or desires. For example, if someone has a pet leaving fur all over the sofa, this pet hair remover addresses the desire of a clean sofa. It's a product that adds value because it helps the consumer achieve exactly what he wishes he had. So you could call it a value-adding product or a problem solver. Another example is this coin holder, which helps you organize coins in your car. And this has been a winning dropshipping product, which has generated millions of dollars in sales. It seems silly, but this is just a great example of what really works. And then 2, wow factor products are basically products that have an attention-grabbing effect, like these ones, for example. Something about them just calls your attention, even if they're filmed in a super simple way. Another way you can tell whether or not it's a wow factor product is whether or not it can catch someone's attention in less than 3 seconds. If so, you have a wow factor product. So to summarize it, these are the 2 traits you'll be looking for, either a value-adding factor or a wow factor. And while these are the main traits of a winning product, there is actually more to it. To make sure a product truly has top-selling potential, you'll also have to consider its audience size. The idea here is to find a product with very broad audience appeal, because these are the types of products that will reach the highest number of customers. Just think about it this way. If only a very small group of people is interested in a product, it's going to sell less than something which is liked by a huge number of people. So if you are after very big numbers, go for products with a broad appeal. The coin holder is a great example, as it does serve a massive audience. Pretty much anyone who's regularly in a car could benefit from buying this item, so it is a product with broad appeal. And to finalize a winning product qualification, you'll also want to consider your profit margins. This refers to how much money you are able to make with each sale after covering the supply cost. The idea here is that if you have a bigger margin, you'll have more room to create exciting offers like buy one, get one free, which are extremely important for you to sell. So the bigger the margin is, the easier it will be for you to make money with dropshipping. Now, very importantly, you'll also want to consider other stores that are already selling this product. So the question is there still room for me to sell this, or is it too saturated and competitive? To find out, there are specific numbers you'll want to focus on. Measuring all of this yourself takes a lot of research, so what I recommend you do instead is use a tool called MINEA, which makes the process a lot easier. Inside their platform, you can look at tens of millions of existing ads running on Facebook, TikTok, and Pinterest, and analyze the ads' engagement. You can also check the exact online store that is running each ad, and really analyze what they're doing. This makes it very easy to find a product that actually works, and also to discover what kind of ad content is actually generating sales. You can then easily replicate one of these formulas and just give it your own spin. Now personally, the most powerful tool for me inside MINEA is the Success Radar. So let me show you how this works. MINEA's AI creates an exclusive list of 100 winning products. This is updated daily every 8 hours. It works by scanning multiple platforms like TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest, Snapchat, Amazon, and AliExpress, assigning each product a score from 1 to 100. Now, to define what the score of a winning product is, they measure the perfect ratio between saturation and engagement, which are the most important metrics when finalizing a winning product's decision. So let me quickly explain these metrics. The idea around a winning product is that other stores are already selling it, which means it has proof of concept and it's definitely going to work. But the catch is that if the product has already gone super viral, or someone has already built a big brand around it, then there will be way too much competition for you to make a significant amount of money. So the idea is to find the perfect ratio between saturation and engagement, which means the product is already selling and is proven to work, but there's still room for you to step in and scale it. And the Success Rater tool inside MINEA uses AI to find these products for you and updates the list every 8 hours. I'm not allowed to show you this list right now because it's exclusive to MINEA users. Otherwise, all the products would just jump into saturation. So if you are serious about dropshipping, I'll leave a link to MINEA down in the description with a discounted offer you can use to get started. So you can then go through these options and see what products resonate with you. Now there is actually more I want to show you inside MINEA because it's such a complete product research tool. Once you've chosen a product, you can also use MINEA to find powerful marketing angles. For example, you could search for this product and see how the ads are presenting it so that it actually sells. To give you an idea of a marketing angle, this shark blanket is the perfect example. One marketing angle could be towards couples, like in this ad. And another marketing angle could be towards best friends who want to have a silly hangout. Two different angles, but for the same product. So keep this in mind because you might need to test different angles until you find the one that sells. Once again, if you'd like to use MINEA, make sure to find the link in the description that comes with a discounted offer. Number 4, make your catalog work together as a whole to create an attractive store. What I mean with this is that with the right product combinations, you will naturally increase the perceived value of your online store. It's like when you enter a high-end clothing store and everything is very well put together. There's no massive random catalog. You are taken on an experience which naturally makes you see the store with so much more value. So keep this in mind when you're building your catalog. Now let's head into Zendrop and let me show you how to add your first product to Shopify. I'm going to go ahead and click on this product as an example. And here you're going to see the price of this item. Make sure to also pay attention to the shipping costs. Based on this information, you can then set your own product prices on Shopify and make sure there is a decent profit margin on top of it. If you want to give your customers free shipping, you can increase your product prices to cover for that expense. Otherwise, you can also set your own shipping prices later inside Shopify, depending on your pricing strategy. We'll talk more about that later. So to add this product to your Shopify store, let's click over here, and then go here to the side menu and click on My Products. So let's click on Review and Publish. And here we can overview all of the information before it goes into Shopify. We do have the option to edit the product title, the tags, and the collection it's going to in your online store. But we're actually going to edit all of this later inside Shopify. Same thing for the description, we're going to go over it later inside Shopify. And over here, you'll see the product variants. What this means is how many versions of this product are available. So if you are selling a t-shirt, for example, here in the section is where you're going to see different t-shirt sizes or color options. So make sure to select all of the ones you would like to add to your store. And if you end up changing your mind, you can also delete them later inside Shopify. Now right here on the section, the first thing we're going to look at is the product cost. This means how much this item costs inside Zendrop. Next to it, we have the shipping fee and also a menu, so we can check the shipping costs for different countries. And in this row, we have the sales price, which is the price you are going to set for your store. You'll see an automatic recommendation here, but you can change it if you want to. And here on the sides, you'll see the profit margin calculation, which is how much money you are actually going to make with each sale, depending on your sales price. So in this example, this is the amount of money we'll be making with every sale after covering these expenses. The prices can also be edited later inside Shopify. Here under Images, you can select which photos you'd like to import to your store. Later on, I'll show you how to use AI to improve these images. So for now, let's click on Publish to My Store. And if you head over to Shopify, click on Products, you'll see the new product that has been imported from Zendrop. As you can see, we have a product title, description, images, variants, and our search engine listing, which is how your products will be previewed on platforms like Google. I do recommend changing this, as well as improving your product images with AI. For your title and description, you can use ChatGPT to help you out and make it super professional. You'll also want to adapt it to the voice of your brand. By the way, I do have a free branding guide which you can download in the description. And for your images, I recommend using Kittl. This is a beginner-friendly professional design tool, and they have a built-in image upscaler which enhances your image quality. I'll leave a link to a free version of Kittl down below, as it's my absolutely favorite tool for designing. And you might also need it to create a logo. We'll be talking about that later. Once you have some upscaled images, you can also use Shopify Magic AI to replace your photo background and make it even better. Now let's go back. And here you'll see all the products that have been added to your store. So I'm now going to go back to Zendrop and I'm going to repeat the process to add more products. Alright, now before we dive into customizing the theme, first we are going to create collections. This is how we will create a browsing structure for the homepage and the website's menu. So now think of the main categories you are going to split your products into. To help you with this part, here are some examples of collections you could create for a store selling fitness products. Now to create the collections, go to Products and click on Collections. Now click on Create Collection. And here we're going to enter all the details. First, set your collection title and a description if you want to. It's also fine to leave this blank for now, as the collections will mostly be a visual display. Then you want to choose your collection type, automated or manual. In a manual collection, you would be selecting your products one by one, whereas in the automated collection, you can choose different matching conditions using product tags. To keep this simple, we're going to go with manual for now, as we're still in the beginning steps of setting up our store. But I will also leave some help down below if you want to set up an automated collection later. Next up, you'll also want to edit your search engine listing. This is how your collection page is going to be previewed on Google. Make sure to include your brand name, page information, and any relevant keywords that can help you rank higher. This will be my example. Then you'll want to choose a collection image. This is how your customers will know your collection and what they will click on to see more products. So choose something that truly represents the products in it. Once you're done, click Save. And as you can see, we still need to add some products. So let's click on Browse and select all the products you want to add to your new collection. Click on Add, and your collection has been updated. Now go back and repeat the process to add more collections. All right, now that the catalog is ready, we are going to design the website. So go to Online Store, and let's choose a theme. Scroll all the way down and click on Visit Theme Store. Here you can browse through all of Shopify's ready-made templates for you to design your store. And as you will notice, Shopify offers both free and paid themes. So if you only want to view the free ones, make sure to tick Free here in the filter settings, and you'll see all of the free ones available. If you'd like to preview one of these themes, you can click on View Demo Store and get a feeling for what your online store could look like. For this tutorial, we are going to be using one of Shopify's free themes, which will work out perfectly for anyone starting out. You can also change your theme later if you want to. So once you've chosen the right theme for your vision, click on Add Theme, and it will be added to your library. Now by default, your store will be set to this theme. So if you have added a new one, make sure to click on Publish first so that it becomes your primary theme. Once you have it, we are going to right-click on Customize to open the theme editor on a new tab. This is Shopify's built-in web designing tool, and it's very intuitive and easy to use. I'm going to break down some of the main features for you, and then we'll go ahead and start designing the store. When you first open the theme editor, you'll see a sidebar on the left-hand side of the screen. You'll also see one on the right side, and your website preview here on this main area. So everything we're going to edit will be done on the sidebars, and you'll be able to preview those changes in this whole area as we go. Now just a heads up, if you're inside Shopify and you're only seeing one sidebar here on the left side, that's totally fine. It's just because you have a smaller computer screen. All the settings will be the same, just know that everything we are editing will be on the left side for you. You can also customize your mobile view by clicking up here. In this tutorial, we are going to focus on desktop. Mobile is usually very well adapted automatically, as all the themes are mobile responsive. So you can go over this in the end and see if you want to make any small changes. So let's have a closer look at the sidebar. Here, you will find all the sections of your website with a drag and drop function. No matter which page you are in, whether it's the home page, a product page, or whatever page, the sidebar will always start with the header section and ends with the footer section. And in between that is where you're going to add all the page content. There's also a feature right up here named Inspector. So whenever this is turned on, the main preview will scroll automatically wherever you hover your mouse on the sidebar. You can turn it on and off by clicking on it. I'm going to leave it off during this tutorial. What you'll also notice is that some sections come with different blocks within it. So here in the banner section, for example, you'll see a title block and a button block. Now to make edits in your content, you can just click the blocks and you'll see the settings here on the sidebar. So you can very easily add the information you wish to show. To delete a section or block, you can click right here. To add a new section, we are going to go down here and click on Add Section. Now you'll see all the different options of what you can add to your page. To make edits in your content, you can click on these blocks, and the settings will open up on the other side. If you have the inspector turned on, you can also click the sections directly on this main area, and the settings will open up in the sidebar as well. So this is the main theme editor area where we'll be spending most of the time customizing. Now to edit some of the more general settings of the store like fonts, animations, colors, and so on, we're going to go over here and click on Theme Settings. The first option is Logo, which brings us to the first step of this online store design. If you haven't created a logo yet, I recommend using Kittl. This is my favorite design tool, and they have tons of logo templates you could use. They even have an AI logo generator. I'll leave a free version of Kittl linked below with a discount code you can use if you want to go for a paid subscription. And to help you in this process, you'll also find a link to a free resource I've prepared for you, which is going to be really helpful in the branding part. It covers everything you'll need to know to create a successful brand from scratch. So you'll find it linked for free in the description. Once your logo is ready, make sure to export it with a transparent background. You can also export it normally as a PNG, and then use this free tool linked below to remove the background. Once that's ready, let's upload it to the store. So click on Logo and select Image. And here you can adjust the size of the logo. I'll leave mine just a little bit bigger. Now let's close the logo settings. If you want to change the colors of your store, you can do that right here. And to change the fonts, you can go to Typography. So let's go back to the sections. And the next thing we're going to do is add an image banner. I definitely recommend you spend some extra time gathering the best looking images you can find for this, as a visual appeal is one of the most important things when it comes to selling. You can also use Kittl to find high quality stock images, or even to design a custom banner. They do also have an AI image generator, so you could come up with whatever is in your imagination. Kittl is linked down below, so click on Image Banner and select Image to upload your file. On Dawn, you can also add a second image to the banner, so the whole thing would split in two and show two different photos. To add a second image, you can click here. Now to help the text stand out better, you can adjust the opacity setting to make the image a little bit darker. To change the size of your banner, you can choose one of these options. Alright, now let's fill in some content. Click on this block, and here you are going to add your store title. Now as you can see, we also have a button block in the banner. So let's click on it, and here you can customize your button text and where it links to. I recommend you leave this text to something general like Shop All or Shop Now, and leave it linked to all products. Now down here, you may already see a section by default. I'm actually going to delete this so that you can better understand how this works from scratch. And by the way, if you're looking to create a one-product Shopify store, I recommend you go and watch this other video instead. It's going to be linked in the description. The first thing we're going to do is add a section named Featured Collection. So click on Add Section and on Featured Collection. Now up here, you're going to select the collection you want to show. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the title to create a better aesthetic. And down here, you can choose how many products you want to show. You can also choose in how many columns they will appear. I'll leave mine like this. If you want to, you can also delete this View All button by going over here and unticking this box. Or you can also change the button style here in this section. If you have many products in this collection and you wish to show all of them, you could activate this carousel feature, which allows users to scroll horizontally. And make sure to also enable this feature right here, Show Second Image on Hover. This is going to create a really nice visual effect every time your products are hovered. Next up, click on Add Section. And now we'll add a collection list. This will help your customers browse through your site and open other collection pages to view more products. First, I'm going to remove the title once again. And down here, I'm going to change the background color to create some contrast. If you want more color options, you can click on Edit and change your color schemes. I'm also going to disable the View All button, as I want the viewer to focus on one of these options. Now let's go ahead and add our collections. Here on the sidebar, you'll see the collection blocks. So click on the first block and select your collection. Now click on the next block and repeats the process. All right, now let's click on Add Section once again. And now let's show some more products. Click on Featured Collection. And let's customize it again. This time, I'm going to add a title. Select my collection. And change the layout. All right, looking good. So let's go for the next section. Now we're going to add a featured product. So up here, select one of your best looking products. I'm also going to change the background color to create a slight contrast. And then go over here to change the image size. Next up, we're going to go ahead and add another section. This time showing a collection list. This will create some nice visual variation. So you can now repeat the previous process to customize the section. Okay, the homepage is looking pretty good and it's almost ready. We're going to finish it off with an FAQ for the customers. This will help you create more trust in your online store. Though for us to create that section in a way that looks aesthetically pleasing, we'll first need to create some contrast. Otherwise, it's just going to look too repetitive. So let's click on Add Section and on Banner Image. Now choose a nice photo. Uncheck this, and adjust the image size. You might also want to lower the opacity to make it a little bit darker. And if you want to, you can also add some movement animations down here. Alright, this looks like a nice visual transition. Now let's finish off the homepage with an FAQ. Click on Add Section and on Collapsible Content. Let's name it Frequently Asked Questions. Click on the first block and enter the first question. Now click down here and enter a smart answer. Here you can also choose an icon that fits the question topic. That will create a pretty nice look. Now click on the next block and repeat the process for the next questions. And by the way, this is just an example on how to create different sections. There are infinite ways on how to set up your store layout, and the best one for you will depend on what you are selling. As an example, you could use this multi-column to communicate the benefits of your brand, or even give instructions on how to use a product. So take your time to test different layouts and see what works best for your brand. Just know that aesthetics will play an important role in sales, and a professional-looking store is one of the foundations of your success. You'll also want to make sure there is a fair amount of contrast between each section, so you definitely don't want things looking too repetitive. You can achieve contrast by giving some variation in the background colors of each section, and by adding different kinds of sections throughout the homepage. Contrast is one of the foundations of proper design, and it will help you keep your homepage interesting. By the way, I do have a video on all of the principles of design if you're looking to dive deeper into this. I'll leave it linked down below. And here's an interesting analogy to help you make the best out of your homepage. You can think of your homepage as a hallway, taking visitors to all of the different possible doors they could enter in your store. So make sure that multiple pages of your website can be accessed through the homepage. And if you need some extra inspiration, I recommend going back to the theme store and having a deeper look at some of these demos. They are very well designed and can be a useful reference. Now let's click on Save. And let's view the product pages. Click up here and select Products. Now click on Default Template. And here you'll see the product page. As you can see, we have something basic by default. If we make any changes to this template, it's going to apply to all of the other product pages as well. So to get the best out of your store and optimize your store for sales, I highly recommend creating custom product pages that are optimized for conversions. You'll need to add custom sections highlighting the benefits of each product, and ideally also customer reviews. You might also want to add product bundle offers. I have a step-by-step tutorial to help you improve your products pages, so make sure to check that video down in the description. Now, if you scroll up and down, we are still missing the navigation menus. So let's hit Save and go back to the Shopify dashboard. Click on Navigation and click on Main Menu. Now click on Add Menu Item and link to one of our main collections. Now repeat the process and link to all of your other collections. If you have too many of them, you can drag and drop to create sub-menu items. You can also drag it a level further to create another subcategory. Now hit Save and go back. Here you can also create your footer menu. This is where you want to add important things like your privacy policy, refund policies, etc. We'll be coming back to this in a bit. All right, now if you go back to your theme editor and click on Header, here you can select your main menu. And if you scroll all the way down, here in the footer section is where you will later add the footer menu. To preview how your store looks on a normal screen, go up here and click on Full Screen. Save when you're done. And let's go back to the Shopify dashboard. We now come into the final setup chapter of this tutorial, which is going over the management settings of Shopify. We'll go over shipping rates, payment gateways, domains, and so forth. So head down here and click on Settings. Now go to Markets. And here we're going to add our selling regions. This refers to which countries you will be selling to. If you're only selling nationally, you'll need to add your country here on Primary. By default, this will be set to your account's location. And if you are selling internationally, then you'll see another section down here where Shopify has already created an international market for us. So let's click on International, click on Edit, and here you're going to check every country you might potentially be selling to. Once you have it, click Save, and make sure the market status is set to active. Now let's move over to shipping and delivery. If you want to offer the same shipping prices for every product category, you'll just be using this general shipping profile. So click on General. And here you'll need to add your shipping zones. Now, if you want to charge the same shipping price for every country, you can just group countries into one zone and then click on Add Rates to add the shipping price. If you want to offer free shipping, you can set it to 0. And if you want to charge different shipping prices for different countries, you'll have to group countries into different zones. For example, you could group US and Canada into one zone, and Australia and New Zealand into another. You can then add the shipping price for each of these zones right here. You can also add automatic shipping calculations based on your product's weight. I'll leave some extra help for you in the description. Alright, now let's head to payments. Here is where we'll set up payment options for your customers. It's also how you are going to receive your money. Depending on your location, you might be able to see ShopPay, which is a payment gateway set up by Shopify. That's a great option to go with if it's available. Otherwise, you can scroll down here and click on Add Payment Methods. Now you can choose a different provider depending on what's available in your location. If available, I recommend using Stripe. That's what I use for my stores, and it's never caused me any problems. It's actually a really nice interface. And over here, you'll also see PayPal. I definitely recommend activating PayPal, so go ahead, create a PayPal for Business account, and enable this as an option. Now let's head to the domain settings. Here you're going to see your website is still set to .myshopify.com. So to remove that, we'll need to purchase a domain. So if you want to keep this as simple as possible without any complicated configurations, then you can just purchase a domain right here from Shopify and you are good to go. The price is $15 per year. And if you're looking for a more economical option that takes a little bit of configuration, then you can use a platform called Namecheap to buy a domain for around $5. I'll leave it linked in the description. You can then configure your settings by clicking on Connect Existing Domain. Now to finalize things, go to Policies and click to create each of these policies so that your store complies with all regulations. When that's ready, let's close the settings. And we're now going to add those policies to our footer menu so that they are actually accessible in the online store. So click on Navigation and on Footer menu. Now click on Add Menu Item and add your first policy. Next up, repeat the process for the other policies. When you're ready, hit Save. And let's go on to view our store. Looks like everything is ready. If we add this to the cart and then go to checkout, everything is set up and you are ready to start selling. Now let's head back to the dashboard, and under Online Store, we are going to remove the passwords to make the website public. Amazing! Congratulations on launching your store. We also want to go to Preferences down here and add our store name and description to appear on Google. Now to actually start making money with the store, let's dive into the next marketing steps. Once your store is ready, you'll need to find ways to start driving traffic. That's how you're going to bring customers into your store. You'll be able to track those here in the Analytics section. Your orders will be found up here, and they will be automatically forwarded to Zendrop. Now to bring customers into your store, there are different methods you can go for. The main free ways of bringing customers to your store are SEO, or search engine optimization, and social media marketing. These are completely free methods, but they are going to take time. So let me quickly explain each of these. In SEO, you optimize your online store to rank better on Google, which means organic traffic from Google search results. And in social media marketing, you would be creating short-form content of your brand and products to post on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. This does take some time and effort, but if done properly, it can also be very effective. Now, the fastest way to bring customers to your store is running ads, which is a paid method. So if you have a budget to work with, I highly recommend both strategies. You could run Google ads, Facebook and Instagram ads, TikTok ads, etc. TikTok ads are relatively easy to set up and run, and the platform's algorithms and AI database are extremely intelligent. The most important thing you need to focus on is creating short-form content that sells or paying someone else to do it for you. These videos often focus on showing your products as a problem solver or having a catchy wow factor that also triggers a buying desire. You've probably seen tons of these videos when scrolling on social media. I actually have a complete step-by-step tutorial to help you set up your TikTok ads, so I'm gonna leave that video linked below as well. If you're looking for more help while building your Shopify store, in the description below, I'll leave a link to my course, Sell Like a Pro, Optimize Shopify. It's a course I've designed to help you turn your online store into a highly professional success. I'm exposing all sorts of beginner mistakes, fixing common errors, and guiding you through multiple strategies to make your store irresistible and boost your sales. We go over your product pages, content, images, offers, your store structure, call to actions, and Shopify settings, all in very easy to follow chapters and a dedicated comment section for each episode. You get to ask questions inside. We have an exclusive community platform you can post on. So if you need some extra guidance with Shopify, I'll leave the course linked below the video. And if by any chance you haven't signed up for Shopify yet, you'll also find a link taking you to the best current deal for getting started. Right now it's a 3-day free trial and then $1 for the first month. And that's all, everyone. Congratulations for making it this far. I hope this dropshipping for beginners guide was helpful to you. If so, make sure to hit that like button. It'll be super appreciated. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them down in the comments and I'll do my best to help you out. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.